Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, and Rovi, and today we're going to talk about crypto and AI combining. And we talked about this in the past. There's a little update to discuss this time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to just keep, like we said, anytime we identify a heating up sector, this one was pretty easy to call.
Yeah.
Just after ChatGPT's release, everybody was going crazy over AI. It's still like a daily conversation in everyone's life at this point. So it's like, okay, we know how Web3 and crypto works at this point. So somehow it's going to like spill in to this space.
Yeah, and it's basically there's like an AI race out there from all the companies. Like, we got Facebook, we got Google. They're all integrating AI into everything. And all the apps that we're kind of all used to, like Canva, they're all integrating AI as well. Yeah, and so naturally we suspected that crypto was going to integrate AI
one way or another.
Yeah, and at the time when we were talking about it, it was like maybe 2 months ago. It was on its way up. Like all these crypto projects you see here on CoinGecko, they were all like plus 20%.
Yeah,
on the week.
I mean, some like 200%. So
yeah,
it was a legitimate little rally happening during like the peak of the bear market, essentially.
Yeah, and so one of them was Fetch.AI. We need to do a deep dive on Fetch.AI, but just to illustrate the example, if you go to the market cap and you go to max, we started talking about it around this time frame, so it was already exploding. And so if you had happened to buy it here, that's a quick 10x.
Yeah,
right from its peak.
Yeah, so Fetch was going wild. A lot of other projects were going wild. It's just because, I mean, there is actually like a fair narrative. It's not just like a bunch of hype. Like
but legitimate.
But there's going to be a lot of hype and projects that portray this image that is riding the hype without a doubt, because they know people are looking for these opportunities.
Yep.
So a lot of the projects, a lot of the founders in the Web3 space are seasoned veterans at this point. Like, they know exactly what to do, how to capitalize on the public, on the zeitgeist and stuff like that. So that's why we put out that, what do you call them? PSA? Or
public service announcements?
Or disclaimers. Like, this is an interesting sector to keep your eyes on, because there is an actual real use case for blockchain in the AI ecosystem. But, man, it's going to be like dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, think about training an AI model, and the best way to train it is to have a bunch of people contribute to that training.
Yeah.
And so what tool could you use to incentivize people to train? Well, you got crypto.
Digital currency, which is the whole market for that. Thousands of cryptos exist, and everyone's always looking for a good utility use case for that. So I can imagine a lot of projects going to be like, we have this learning model, this model, this, that, and it's going to produce, a much more enhanced and secure and people's data aren't going to be at risk.
Right.
Like, look at that centralized open AI stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's afraid. Literally, Elon's like screaming at the top of his lungs, telling the government to you got to stop this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100% for that reason, but still, it's people's.
Well, it is. It's centralized, right? And so he is talking about it exactly that. So so what we did was we randomly just started diving into some of these, and we randomly clicked on CryptoGPT, and so we started doing research, and we found out that they raised $10 million recently. Here it is. AI focused blockchain CryptoGPT raises 10 million funding at a $250 million valuation.
Yeah, it's pretty bigly, considering they literally formed a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was one of the things. Is like, the AI mania kind of popped off around November of last year, and it's kind of puts off, I don't know, like a eerie feeling to see a project emerge within a couple of months after ChatGPT's release.
Yeah.
Literally piggybacking on the name CryptoGPT.
Yep.
So this is one of those things, man. Even though they got some funding, which typically legitimizes these types of projects in Web3.
Yeah.
I mean, but not always, man. Not always.
Yeah. So they did a Series A with an investor called DWF Labs. So this is the first time I'm hearing about DWF.
Same. Yeah, they're crushing it. Apparently, they're out there. Slinging.
Yeah, they are. So we were doing some research on DWF, and they invested in Fetch.AI.
Yeah.
For $40 million.
So they obviously have a an investment thesis going on. They're like scooping up like this whole AI sector, like because typically VCs in the Web3 space, I think VCs in general, maybe you can correct me, they kind of like pull together, right? And
they do.
Yeah, it's like usually many investors
pretty much
supporting a project.
All VCs know each other, so they have contacts with each other, and they
but you typically don't see like just one entity just scoop up whole projects like this.
Yeah, so it's what's interesting is the funding is a substantial amount for Fetch.AI's current market, and it's coming from a single company.
Yeah.
So DWF, I invested $40 million in a single swing, which is typically unusual.
Yeah, very, especially for a Series A.
Yeah.
Which is considered one of the more like, still like a project or a company in its maturation process, but not like a for sure home run hit yet.
Yeah.
You know, there's still speculation whether or not, this has any longevity to it,
Right.
But then they did it again.
Yeah.
Another 40 million.
Another one. So DWF, meanwhile, was in the news earlier this week, putting in 40 million in Tomy.
Yeah.
So this is another thing that we need to look into. But so they're aiming to build a distributed alternative internet. So I don't know what the relation between AI and Tomy is, but nonetheless, DWF invested in 2 AI projects, at least in our research here, and they dropped in 40 million on Tomy. So DWF is probably the most, so Digital Wave Finance, probably the most active VC in the bear market.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of like Animoca Brands, like early NFT days. There was like Animoca was like the one entity scooping up everything.
Yeah.
Remember? And we're like, who are these Animoca guys? Like, how are they out there just investing in every single NFT project and acquiring everything? And then they ended up becoming or acquiring Yuga Labs and or being part, but
investing in Yuga Labs, something like that.
But Animoca is ginormous now, so it was a good strategy for them. I guess they saw an opportunity early, and they
well, I don't know if
they went all in, dude.
I don't know if they were slinging 40 million a pop.
I don't think they were either. I mean, at some point, once they kind of grew, of course, they were participating, but they weren't single-handedly scooping it. There were other investors along with Animoca.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is definitely like...
This is unusual.
Yeah.
Like, we're still trying to figure out what exactly is happening here, but...
Yeah, because it would have made sense if it was just CryptoGPT, because, they already kind of like seem a little weird themselves.
Yeah.
Just based off their website. Let's just take a quick peek at that, dude.
So I have the website
You guys
here.
tell us what you think. I mean...
So
what the hell is that? First of all,
we got a monster holding some orb there, but
that's AI, dude. That's
AI revolution for billions of users, and GPT is live on all these exchanges, right? So it's typical. And then what's interesting here is that they have apps with 2 million plus users.
Oh wow!
So, and then it says 40,000 users today, 19,000 active accounts.
Wow.
And then they're going to be selling these NFTs eventually.
Yeah.
And so
they have a launch pad too, guess? Yeah.
The GPT launcher, and then they have their own SDK. They have a CryptoGPT core. But
marketplace.
A marketplace. So what are we saying here? They talk about they're using all the buzzwords, crypto, GPT, which I mean
ZK, everything. So NFT, just
AI, NFT.
They basically didn't miss a single checkbox, on what it is they're attempting to achieve, whatever.
Right. And if you're speculating on crypto and AI tokens, it marked all those checkboxes.
Yeah.
And a speculator is going to be like, "This is a good one," right?
Agreed.
Without doing much like fundamental analysis.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like early on, like when there are some actors in this space who are seasoned veterans and they know how to orchestrate like different things like this.
Yeah.
We can't speak on the validity of it or not, which is based on our own experience. This seems like something that should be of concern. We've seen things like this pop up before, like Moon. Remember, what was it called? Moon Edge.
Yeah, Moon Edge. Yeah.
Yeah, like where they just come out of nowhere, get tons of traction and eyeballs because they're hitting all those buzzwords at the moment, right?
Yeah.
They're tapping into the zeitgeist. So, but having said that, this DWF group that just gave them $10 million also gave to Fetch. That's what's throwing me through a loop, because Fetch has been around since 2017.
Right.
They're actually working on some like fundamental like blockchain integration and they have been pre-hype
Yep.
You know, they had to wait for the rest of the world to realize how geniuses they were.
Yeah.
Like focusing on this technology, like while everybody else was doing whatever the hell.
Yeah.
But dude, what the heck? So that's what confuses me.
We have to think like some of these investors, and you know, it's not like bad to invest in any project that's going to like trying to get on the hype.
Yeah.
It's just you know, it's just depends on the strategy on the investor. So there's nothing wrong with anything that we're seeing here. It's just that typically when you're like I guess just a retail investor, that there's just understand that there's tactics that happen and there's waves that are caught.
Yeah.
And investors catch these waves and projects catch these waves.
Yeah.
And so you just got to pay attention as to what part of the wave we're in.
Yeah.
And what are investors doing? And so right now they invested in CryptoGPT and Fetch and Ton.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that's just pretty much what we're talking about.
Yeah. That's just the way it goes. But so there's a couple of takeaways here. Clearly, so if we go back to the AI sector on CoinGecko, you're going to see, just go back and watch a video we made like a couple of months ago whenever we made these predictions that this sector was going to heat up. There's quite the growth. I mean, it's not like a tremendous growth, but there's already at least a double up in as far as like entrants or existing entities.
There's probably like half as many as we see in this list. And I'm sort of waiting for it to jump to 2. And then inevitably it's going to be like 10 by the time the bull runs like in full swing.
Exactly. But if you're just looking for indication that there is, you know, a new sector bubbling up, kind of like whenever DeFi first came out, it was just a few core projects, and then everybody just understood like, holy shit, this is there's some value here, so let's spin off this and that, like clone project.
Yeah, we got pizza, DeFi, and like all these like food coins.
Exactly. So at some point the degens will come, and you know, I think potentially a mania is going to kickstart, just like we saw like a DeFi summer, and then, you know, PFPs with the NFT sector, like
100%.
So we're looking for that degen component, I guess, in all this. For right now, just the early entrants are starting to enter the space and make some noise. So, but again, we're gonna do the same disclaimer, dude. You don't buy any of this stuff. It's just interesting to pay attention to, see the AI space evolve. But of course, like I said, there is a true narrative. So some of these...
There is value here in crypto and AI. It's just you have to do fundamental analysis to discover which projects are doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I said earlier, we're going to dive deeper into Fetch.AI and even Singularity Net and Singularity DAO.
And others.
Ori Chain. I mean...
There's a lot here that... Actually, we made a video on Ori Chain a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these are new. So something to pay attention to. But yeah, we're not CryptoGPT. If you guys ever want to come on.
Oh yeah, you want to explain what's going on in your project?
Because it seems like you're spread a little thin.
Yeah,
trying to tackle like literally everything at once. So I mean, if that's achievable, we would like to know how.
Yeah,
and, definitely come on.
Yeah, because we have our own project, and we feel like we're thin, and there's like 3 main things we're focused on.
Yeah, you guys are building literally everything. Yeah, so it's impressive what you guys are claiming. But yeah, go ahead if you guys want to come on.
Yeah,
we'll do an interview.
Yes,
and let us know what you're building.
Yeah, and that's it. So we have we talked about CryptoGPT, Fetch.AI. What's DWF? Yeah, so
the investment group.
Yeah. So
we got to keep an eye on them.
Yeah,
just like you want to keep an eye. You wanted to keep an eye on Animoca Brands in like 2019.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they were scooping up a lot of stuff and making moves. So this is definitely an alpha move if I ever seen one in the Web3 VC space. So
$40 million in one swing, dude.
In 2 swings.
2 swings.
And then 10 million after that. It's like, hey, I like your name. CryptoGPT.
Yeah.
Take my 10 million. I don't know.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the space is heating up. It's getting interesting. And I think like the overall, like the bearish sentiment on the market is kind of like dwindling away. So
it is. I think so too.
I mean, we're more like in a lullish period, but still.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin hasn't done anything. It's a stable coin at 28,000.
Yeah, it's crabbing hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna keep paying attention. We'll do a deep dive on Singularity, Net and DAO, and Fetch.AI.
Yeah, and if you guys found a crypto AI project that you want us to talk about, let us know in the comment section below. And then also follow us on Twitter at The Block Runner, at MetaZone.io, and at Roby AI, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.